Okay, so back to school next week for all the kids, and back to work, I suppose, for a few parents as well who've had the luxury of a January off. Sitting fitness.
Yeah.
Because we're about to go. Sorry, we're about to go from lots of couch time, lots of beach time, lying, lounging, relaxing, into more of this kind of sitting, and it's quite a different effect on the body and the biomechanics. What can we do about it?
So the most important thing is to understand that there's a real change. So you, in the same way that you have fitness for running, swimming, jumping, there is desk fitness, which is how to what extent are you used and acclimatized to just sitting at a desk. So we get people all the time, every time exam period rolls around, we have all these kids coming here.
Study backs.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, my back's really sore, I don't know why. I'm like, it's exams. They're like, yes. I'm like, you've been sitting a lot. I'm like, like it's, no one's aware of...
It's an interesting connection that not enough people make.
Yeah, and so I think...
But it's really strong. Like, anyone's like... So if you're normally a big study when you come in exam period, you're going to be fine because you're already used to it. But if you're a casual to mediocre study and all of a sudden you go hammer and tong at it, you're going to notice some changes. And so it's the same at the start of the year.
Yeah, so we're talking in sport about the acute to chronic workload ratio.
Yeah. Floors and ceilings.
So, so what is the workload you've been doing this last week as compared to rolling average of the previous 3 weeks? And I think the same ratio kind of applies to desks. So if you've been doing no sitting for 3 weeks and all of a sudden you're going, all right, well, I'm back in now, I'm going to sit for 7 hours a day, your back is not going to love that.
Yeah.
So I think, in a perfect world, it would kind of ramp up a little smoother. It doesn't, because it's life.
It'd be nice if school just went 1 day a week and then 2 days a week. And
but if you can up your, you've done some great videos about anti-desk,
which will all be below or above depending on your platform.
So I think now is the time to ramp up your anti-desk protocols. So a little bit more hip flexor stretching, multifidus activation stuff, keep the back happy.
TFL releasing as well.
Yeah.
And then the thoracic stuff, so either back balls if you've got them, or just thoracic rolls on a foam roller, pec stretching, stuff like that.
And you don't have to go crazy, like we don't want to be obsessive about it, but it's just like this little pinch of the remedy will go really well for you.
If you just hit 2 or 3 different things once a day, you can get a really big effect.
And what it'll mean for our people, particularly, because what I don't want to have happen is...
Which happens every year.
People come in and they do run into this and they get a sore back and then we have to hold back a little more.
So we can't, And so we've made all this progress in January and you're flying along with your training. It's like, we're going to hit turn 1 hard. Oh, my back's sore. And then we have to dial everything back.
Yeah, and we've put a lot of work this year into really just powering out at the start of the year. So if you do want to power out at the start of the year, pay a little more attention than normal to easing into the desk routine.
Yeah. Physiologically, desks, muscular creep, I suppose we should touch on that while we're here as well, which is something that people, because what we're talking about when we talk about desk fitness, we're basically talking about the tonic ability of your spinal erectors to keep this position and the ability of your hips not to cramp up in the deep flexion position.
To lock up, I suppose.
And so what's going to happen more of this first few weeks of the term is you're going to experience a thing called muscular creep, where your muscles kind of, due to their elastic property, they kind of, as we just sit here, there's creep and creep and creep. And you might notice in our videos that we make creep. I'm not sure if we do, I haven't looked. But people tend to, as they sit at the desk, they start, look at this, good posture. And then as they're working, they're sort of bringing themselves, and the screens don't help, they bring themselves towards the screen, but their muscles kind of lengthen out and they end up in these positions where they end up hanging off their ligaments or hanging off their spine. So be aware of that as well, sort of adjust against it, lean into the breeze a little.
And if you are parents, if you're thinking about if it's time to buy new school desks, have a good look at standing desks. I have a standing desk, I swear by it. You guys use the cushions because we're still poor.
Pete, our mate, has got a fold-up one, so you can get one that sort of attaches to the side of your desk and you click 2 things, lever it up with your laptop and your keyboard, and it can take you up.
It's profoundly important. Tim Ferriss, one of our favourite thinkers and education guys, he's part of a movement in America to try and...
he's got a school that's got completely alternate...
I find it's really good from an alertness point of view. And what is underappreciated is how much more energy you use when you're standing. So when you're healthy and you stand, you don't really notice the difference between how fatiguing standing is versus sitting. So it seems like they're much like we're the same. But what's interesting is when you get sick, when you've got a cold and you've got that really tired feeling.
Lethargy.
How much more tiring, because that gives you a true indication of the energy cost of what you're doing. So when you're sick, it's hard to run. It's hard to
coach. It's hard to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's amazing how much you just want to sit down.
Or curl up in a ball.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting gravity. So your muscles really do have to work quite a bit to keep you standing. Standing desk, tremendous. It's a really good investment. Yeah.
One of the questions that come out of that is, sorry, did you have another?
When we are wealthy and able to buy things rather than
reverse engineer them.
It's something I'd really like to have. I think it's just such a good thing.
Cool. The other question people probably have is Swiss ball. Well, I sit on a Swiss ball, so that's okay. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think they're good. I once, like 1,000 years ago, had a graphic designer that I was working with. I used to consult with a whole company of graphic designers, and she'd had chronic headache. And graphic designers are the worst because they are entranced in what they're doing for hours. Like everyone else.
Video editors aren't much better.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it.
So they're the absolute worst. Anyway, so we got her onto a Swiss ball and her headaches evaporated. And it was like, first it was half an hour on, half an hour off, and then eventually she was like, I just always sit on the
And
ball.
you do the same standing, a little bit up. So I'll do some tasks I'll do standing, some tasks I'll do sitting because they're better suited to whether I'm handwriting or back and forth from the printer, stuff like that. But the Swiss ball, effectively, because you're having to control the ball, your core and your back muscles have to work a bit harder. So there's a little bit of a concentration loss. So at first it'll be quite distracting, you won't be as productive. But same with the standing, if you stick with it a bit, it can become quite an easy thing.
It's really good.
So at first when you stand, it's like your legs are itchy and your knees feel tight and everything feels weird at first. But if you're building slowly with half an hour here and then an hour and build your way up, it becomes second nature. So now James stands here and I'm like, do you realize you're standing on one leg, James? Oh, didn't even notice.
Yeah.
And you can just sort of, you become a routine.
Yeah, and that variation. I have the Geek Desk. It's the name of my brand, and it's got 4 presets. And so when I was studying stuff with the masters, I was doing in my exams, I would stand for a bit, sit for a bit, kneel on the ball for a bit, just mix it up, and I just felt I stayed much more alert. So mixing up your postures, and I would even the great thing is you bring it right down, and I do a kneeling hip flexor stretch.
Yeah.
And so just kept everything feeling really nice.
It's good.
So that's back to desk fitness.
Back to desk. Get it?
Yeah. All right.
All right, we'll leave it there.